Do you have any procrastinating piano parents? Those that put things off until you're just infuriated and exasperated because they're late with their tuition payment or they're late with their enrollment. Here's an idea of what you can do that won't offend them and will diffuse your emotional frustration and exasperation. You tell them what you're going to do and don't tell them what to do. For example, in the late payment, I would have a late fee built into my policies. My tuition is due by the 10th of the month. I send home a statement with students the week before. I send them this statement right here. It comes out of my instant organization book. And if they forget, then I say, well, please mail it to this address. And if they forget again, then I might be a little lenient. But, you know, I have had to send out late invoices. So I just resend this invoice, add $5 or $10, whatever you want to make it, and ask them for it again. Now, secondly, suppose that you have an enrollment. I had an enrollment agreement that I asked the students to sign. This says, I want my child to continue studying with you, and we are agreeing to do this for the entire year, and I have read the policies or guidelines, and I agree to them. And these are the times when I can bring my child for lessons. So if I send this out May 15 and I say, please send this in by June 15, I think on June 1, 2 weeks later, halfway into that period, I need to send it out again. I think that's the real world. Ideally, you could just say once, but you know, if you think about it, we get requests and reminders several times. So I think we need to do the same thing for our piano parents. Remind them in 2 weeks. Say the same thing. I'd like to have this back signed by June the 15th, but I would add this one additional sentence. On June the 16th, I will begin filling my studio vacancies from my waiting list. And that's all. That's all you say. I told them what I'm going to do. I didn't tell them what to do. Their response is likely, oh my goodness, let me hurry up and do this before I forget it, and I sure don't want to get closed out. See, that diffuses me. That allows me to do what I need to do to incur those consequences if I need to. Because, you see, I would send out one more. At 1 week prior, I would look at my list, and the 2 or 3 families that are still delinquent, I would send them another one and just say the same thing. It's due the 15th, and I'm going to start from my waiting list on the 16th. So there you go. It's an approach that comes from Love and Logic by Jim Fay. I'm going to put that link in the quick tips today. It's a fabulous system of thinking that's developed for the school classroom, but it works for teenagers, for toddlers, and for adults and any relationships, really. I find it tremendously helpful. I hope you do too.